Welcome to Candlewick Library. I'm Cheryl, and today I'm going to show a flip through of my 2024 reading journal and talk about the goals that I had for 2024 and whether I've accomplished them or not. So first I'm going to talk about my goals, and then at the end I'll show a flip through of my reading journal. It is messy, it is chaotic, and it has been well used. My first goal was to read 100 books, and I definitely got that. My second was to finish the Bible again using a John MacArthur commentary, and I did that. Number 3, read at least 2 Bible studies, and I did that. Number 4 was to read all of the Sherlock Holmes stories, and I did that and loved it. Number 5 was to reread Harry Potter. I actually didn't get the whole series. I have a few more books in that, so I read 4 of the 7 books. Number 6 was to finish my British literature course, and I did do that. Number 7 was to finish at least 90% of all my yearly challenges, and I got that for most of them. There were a couple that I didn't, so I'll talk about that in a minute. Number 8 was to get my unread shelf under 100, and I did not do that. Number 9 was to be consistent with this journal, which I was. And number 10 was to finish my No Man Knows My History project, which I did finish at the beginning of the year, and my Book of Mormon project, which I did finish in November. And if you've watched those videos, you know that the No Man Knows My History was I was making videos that went along with each chapter of that book, and then my Book of Mormon project was showing all of the changes that have been made in the Book of Mormon since it was first written. And I have videos for all of those things. So as far as the yearly challenges go, I did the Read Your Bookshelf Challenge by Chantel, and it had a Maud versus Doyle side, and my goal at the beginning of the year was to do both sides. And I actually did do that. I was able to do a book for each side every month. And then the next one was a study in Sherlock is what I called it, and like I said, I was able to accomplish that. I did Katie's Read Around the World-a-thon, and I did finish that one. I got a book for that every month. Then I did the Buzzword-a-thon, and that had a prompt every single month. This was from Books and Lala, and she had a prompt every single month that you would pick a book for. And I had 2 months that I did not do a book for that one. The G3 Ministries had 12 different kinds of books you had to pick, and I did do that. The Bookish Princess Book Club, that is from Emma at the Bookish Princess. She had a book every month, and I read 4 of the 12. So that one obviously I didn't do very well on, but I really enjoyed the Scarlet Pimpernel, Pilgrim's Regress, Jurassic Park, and Mansfield Park were the 4 that I was able to get to. I knew that there were a few that I really wanted to read or reread, and so I kind of used it that way where I wrote them all down, but I knew I wasn't going to get to all of them. But unfortunately I did get to less than I thought I was going to. And then I did the Well-Read University Challenge, and I did accomplish all of the books for that. And then of course my Harry Potter, like I said a minute ago, I didn't finish all of them. The Revive Christian Book Club, I only ended up reading 1 book the whole year in that group, and so that one I didn't do very well on. But then for my Inklings Literary Society with my mom, we read all 6 books and our year-long study that we did. Like I said, I did finish the British literature and my reading of the Bible. And so those were all of my year-long challenges for 2024. And so, like I said, there were only a few that I didn't do as well on, and other ones that I only missed a couple. And so I feel very good about the goals that I've accomplished in 2024, and I really loved using this reading journal. So I will go ahead and show you a flip through of it now. Just like in my newest one I showed, I have a title page and table of contents. This one is very messy. That is how it ends up. They always start out looking nice and they end up very messy. So this shows my Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, and I really don't worry about my handwriting or sloppiness or anything once I start doing it, because then I won't use it as much if I'm too worried about what it's going to look like. It is something that I enjoy looking at, but I don't need it to be perfect. So as I finished, then I put a little check mark on things. This was my Sherlock page, the Read Around the World-a-thon, the Buzzword-a-thon, the G3 Ministries, the Bookish Princess Book Club. I don't have a spread for her in my new one because I don't know if she's doing one this year. I assume she is, but I haven't seen anything about it. So if she does, I might add it to the back of my other reading journal. The Well-Read University, my Harry Potter, which you can see it only was partway done, and then my husband's books, my Goodreads, the Revive Christian Book Club, my Inklings group, my British literature, I was reading through the Bible chronologically, so I have that all filled in. And then there was my goals page from last year. So I'll be going over that, whether I achieved these goals or not. And then you can see this is very similar to this year's January pages. And I had readathons for that. Last year, I started by putting stickers in little Polaroid photos and had my TBR down here to mark off, but I really didn't like the way that looked. And I just had the reviews like this. But in February, I decided to switch it up and do the pictures next to it. I tried highlighting around them. I didn't like that either. So it kind of just evolved to what it's become, where I write the number and highlight it with colored pencil so that it kind of sticks out. And then I write a review and put in the sticker. And as you see, it gets really messy. I actually have pretty neat handwriting when I'm trying to, but in my journals, it is so sloppy. And so you can see that in here. So I'm just gonna kind of flip through, and you can see it just goes like that. There's all of the readathons, there's all of my reviews. Toward the end, when I wasn't sure if I was gonna finish the Bible or my Book of Mormon project that I had a video for, I made these squares so that I could make sure I stayed on track to finish them by the time I needed to. This was my Book of the Year spread, and as you can see, I have not put in December's yet. So I will, in my December wrap up, I'll let you know what my Book of the Year ended up being for 2024. And then this is what I was talking about with the unread shelf, how I have all of the names, all of the titles in it, and color them as I go. So that's it. That's my very messy 2024 reading journal. I have loved it. It has worked really well. I've been able to be consistent with it, and so I am excited to go forward with this.